everyone, this is Amber with Amber Propp Designs. Today I want to do an Amsterdam paint pour test. I've used this paint before in the past. This is the only color I've ever purchased and I absolutely loved it. This was the Reflex Rose. It's quite a bright color and I've used it in pours. You want to keep in mind if you're doing a bit of a darker pour with neons, they do darken, but I was really satisfied with how the color turned out. So with that being said, I'm not going to use it today, but I wanted to test some of the other products that I have here. So this color is Permanent Red Violet Light, Graphite, Persian Blue or Phthalo Persian Blue, Venetian Rose. And then for my white, I'm actually going to use just the Artist Loft. You can also follow me on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook at Amber Propp Designs. And you can see my latest videos and paintings. Moving forward, all the paintings that I sell, I am going to put a portion of the proceeds to Crohn's and Colitis charity and or mental health awareness. So if you do purchase a painting and you want it to go to a specific charity, just put a message in your cart and I'll be able to know which one you guys prefer. If you're looking for these paints, I also have an Amazon store. A little portion of that purchase goes towards me at no additional cost to you. So these purchases help me get these products so I can test for you guys and just keep making more videos, and I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to use this graphite color. I'm not sure if you can see from the light, but it has a lot of gorgeous kind of sparkles in it as well. So we'll see how that works. It is a thicker paint, so when you're looking at it, what's great is it shows you if it's opaque, transparent, or semi-transparent, which is great. It's right there on the front, and that's something that is really important to know. So the paint consistency I find is a lot like when you're doing your Artist Loft or even basics. It's a thicker paint. I usually don't measure, I kind of just eyeball it. If that's something that you prefer to measure out, that's completely fine. So I actually purchased these specific ones to test. It was in an Edmonton store. It was called Desaris, if you've ever heard of it. I believe they're based out of Quebec, but I could be wrong. But I've ordered from them quite a bit with different mediums and stuff like that, and they have their own pouring medium as well. You'll see that in my pouring medium video. They have tons of browns and stuff like that, and I always like to test out a product anytime I put it on my Amazon store. I want to make sure that you guys are getting the best information possible before you're going and purchasing something. So as always, I want to make sure that I am making sure there is no lumps or clumps in my paint. I'm scraping the sides, I'm scraping the bottom. That's one of the things why when I've always done other product testing, I've always liked using basics. Their colors just really sit beautifully when you're using like a Floetrol. So I'm really excited. I'm going to be making a full series of different videos, different paint testing. So if you have any, just comment below, like any suggestions on what you want to see being tested. I have no problem. I absolutely love testing. The consistency is absolutely on point with these. I even noticed in the past, as I showed you in the beginning, I used neon color. And usually when you're mixing like pouring medium with these neon colors, they don't usually stay that bright. They really kind of take the tone away from it, kind of lighten it. It almost looks dull sometimes. But it never did that the first time I mixed it with my Floetrol. I was so impressed. Each brand is completely different, and yet each color, how you mix it, is completely different. Sometimes you can get that really good consistency, but other than that, sometimes you just have to kind of play around with each color too, if you want to have it a certain way. There's so many things that you can do with paint pouring. I absolutely love it. Very happy with the colors so far. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like this color palette? For some reason, when I was going to pick up paint, I've never used these colors together at all. And I just thought, let's go with it. So this is why I picked these ones. It was so out of my element that I needed to try it. And I wanted to try it too because I have not seen all of these colors in all of the name brand product. That really just caught my eye. So I really wanted to keep them and try them out. I'm usually a person that is very prone to getting teal. Teal is one color that I just can't get away. I don't know about you guys, like what are your favorite colors that you just keep pouring with? So there are some teals that I purchased, but just in different brands. And you'll definitely see that in the upcoming videos. Teal, white, and gold. Always a fan. So I would like to hear from you guys. You know, what's your favorite color that you like to pour on? Maybe there's some that I can do, show you different techniques on how to use those colors. If you haven't seen my river pour, that's quite a popular one. It's a river in the center of the canvas with teal, black, and white, and a lot of people tend to really love that one. As I said, that teal. So these Dixie cups that I'm using, you can also find on my Amazon store. These are 2 ounces. So I might be using a little more paint than I normally would, but I wanted to test all of these colors to make sure that I had enough. I'm not going to torch this one. I want to see how many cells we can get on their own. We see we're getting actually a little bit of cells over here already, which is amazing. But we are already getting cells, which I'm super happy to see that. Sometimes I'll take my paint cup and just put the extra paint, say, on the sides or anything like that. So if you ever see me doing that, that's why. Just in case the sides don't want to cover when you're kind of moving it around. So this Venetian rose mixed with the graphite is turning it slightly brown. We'll just have to see, but so far I see all of the sparkles are still in there, so I'm very happy with that. I'm really excited to see how this is gonna turn out. Like, I'm just so excited how many cells we're getting without any silicone. And I'm actually, I know you might not be able to see it, but hopefully it'll come out. There are parts where there are about 4 or 5 cells within cells. Now, you can have that happen, obviously, and I've had it happen before, but it's rare for me. So with this happening already, I'm beyond impressed with the product, that it's working so well mixed with the Floetrol. The more you're kind of moving it, those cells are popping out. That's completely normal. And I like to just take my time. There is no rush in this process. So a lot of the cells that are over in this corner was the graphite. They did mix a lot with the rose color over here, and so they are more brown than graphite, but that's okay. We'll see. We have a lot of the graphite color that stayed over here, so we'll try to keep as much as we can with that. The more this is expanding, the more I'm falling in love with it. It just looks so good. I am absolutely shocked that we had not put silicone in here. Don't want to get too excited, but it's hard not to when you see this many cells. And you can tell how slow I'm actually moving when I tilt my canvas. It's not fast at all. There are times where I do go a little faster, and that's fine. If I see that I'm getting really good cells like this, I try my best to go as slow as completely possible, so I'm able to stretch it without losing the cells. If you're ever stretching too quickly, you know that you are probably going to lose those cells just because they will turn into squiggly lines. And once it's dry, I'm really hoping those stay, or we can even stretch them out. There's one in there. I think when I count, there's almost even 6 in there. That's so crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that, so very impressed. You know, paint pouring can take 5 minutes if you want it to, but when you get a piece like this and you really want to take your time, it can take an hour. I've had pieces that have taken me an hour and a half. They might have been a little bigger than this, but you gotta just be so gentle with it, especially if you want to keep it almost the same, right? And just kind of expand and stretch out. You're almost like you're zooming in. I'm trying my hardest not to lose this purple at the bottom, not too much. I just want to lose a bit of that graphite because it looks brown. And who knows, it might not once it's dry. it might look completely awesome. But I have so much of it, it's really dominated and really brought out a lot of cells that I'm fine with losing a bit of it right now, especially in this corner. Because I'd love to see how yours turned out. Did you get this many cells? I'm really excited to see, you know, the graphite, which is more of the metallic color, is the one that just has like the biggest cells, which is very shocking. I've used metallic colors in the past and have not received like these blotchy cells like this. So I'm very excited.